Time to hike for timber rattlesnakes.
I'm not ready.
So it's raining. It's kind of cold. We're kind of hoping that the rain's going to stop. The sun will come out and it'll be good weather again. But as of now, it's looking a little bleak. But we're going to give it a shot anyway, see what we can find. All right, guys, took a break from our hike up to the timber spot to look at some salamanders. All right, wait a second. It's a black-bellied salamander. They're one of our largest Desmognathus species. They're pretty common up here in the mountains. So there were actually 3 under this rock right here, but we're gonna put them back. See if we can find some more uncommon salamander species real quick while we're waiting on this rain. Guys, our first snake of the day is this little northern water snake hanging out. This is in C2, hanging out right at the mouth of this log. I'm gonna get some pictures of him sitting here and get a closer video in a second. Here's a closer look at this little water snake. But yeah, really kind of an odd place to see one, but it's raining, so it's not too much of a surprise he was coming out. So we're gonna put him back under his log and keep moving. Alright guys, just flipped a pair of ringnecks right here under this rock. But we're gonna take some pictures of these guys, keep heading towards the den, see what else we can find. Alright guys, we're up at the den now. Since it's so cool and wet, there's not really a lot we can access. Because none of the snakes are out there in the crevices, but there's a copperhead, a couple copperheads right here up under this ledge. See if I can get a better angle for you. There you go. I think it might just be one. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell when they're wedged up under stuff like this, but we're gonna keep moving, see if we can find anything. Got that on video. I'm glad we found our first snake of the day that's actually out in the open. A little copperhead right here, just barely peeking out from under the rock. There was actually a timber on the other side, but she was too far back in the crevice for any pictures or video. But first snake of the day out in the open, or first viper of the day out in the open at least. So we're gonna take some pictures of this guy / girl and keep moving, see if we can find a timber. All right guys, next find of the day is Daniel rambling on about wanting to find a milk. But we did just flip 2 garter snakes under this perfect looking milk snake rock. But we're gonna put them back real quick. They're both in the shed and pooping all over me, so I'm kind of over them. But yeah, let's see if there's anything hanging out up here. It does not look like there's anything obvious hanging out up here. We'll peek under the rock and see. Whew. We are up in the clouds. God damn. Alright guys, this is pretty cool. We've got 2 copperheads here, another 2 copperheads there nestled up together. We just saw another timber rattlesnake pretty far back in a crevice, inaccessible for photos and video, so hopefully we'll get one close to the edge like these copperheads here soon. Peeking under rocks. What a view. It's hard to see. Another couple of copperheads. This is number 13 and 14 of the day. Kind of crappy video because it's so dark, but you get the gist. More copperheads. Hopefully we can get a timber here soon. Alright guys. There we go. Timber rattlesnake. Pretty dull, dark adult. In one of the areas we were at earlier, it's warmed up a little bit. The sun came out a little more, and voila. We're gonna take some pictures of this. Alright guys, another little timber rattlesnake. This one's much smaller than the other one, but it's a little nicer looking, cleaner. The other one was in shed, kinda. This one's also might be kinda in shed, but it's definitely a lot more vibrant. So we're gonna take pictures and let them go. Alright guys, here's a better look at this smaller timber rattlesnake that we found right here. This one's definitely a lot nicer looking in terms of contrast and just being overall clean. I don't think it's as close to shedding as that other one was. But it's got a really nice black tail on it and a really nice pretty black head. But we're gonna shoot a couple more pictures of this little one and let it go and see if we can find any more. Yeah, it was. Alright guys, check this out. 2 more nice looking copperheads. These guys are out in the open. I really like the look of that darker one right there. But this is pretty cool. I'm going to take some pictures of these guys and we're going to keep moving and see what else we can find. Alright guys, here from this other angle you can see that there's actually 3 copperheads here in a timber rattlesnake shed on the ground to the right of them. The third one is back in that crevice right there. You can see his scales barely, but pretty cool. We sat here and taking pictures of these guys for a few seconds before we even realized there was a third one. So we're going to shoot them a little more and keep moving. Guys, it's raining on us again, but we have another copperhead here. You see, I don't want to step on any more, but there's 2 up there. I don't know if you can see both of them. One's right behind the other. And then up here, we have our 4th timber rattlesnake of the day. Probably the nicest one yet. Definitely the biggest. Tucked up underneath this log right here. Good looking snake. Look at that rattle. We're going to take some pictures of all these snakes and leave them where they are. Copperhead. Another copperhead. There's copperheads everywhere today. There's a garter snake right here. Nice. Another copperhead. This has got, I think it's number 26 for the day. Right here. In situ. And leave them right there. Guys, headed back to the car. I found one last snake. It's been a really good day. This is probably going to be the last thing. Another water snake. Started our day on a water snake and ended on a water snake. So we're going to just leave this guy right here where he is and call it a day. Nothing like the drive home through Atlanta.